Hello, I'm Yutaka Watanabe, a tax accountant and administrative scrivener. Welcome to the channel. Tax accountant and administrative scrivener Nabe solves your money problems. Today, I'd like to talk about construction license. Is enrollment in social insurance a mandatory requirement? If you want to obtain a construction business license, there is one requisite that you absolutely cannot avoid. This is truly important, but surprisingly, it is also a point that is often overlooked. Let's get straight into the details. Before we begin the main topic, let me ask you a slightly alarming question. Could your construction business license application be destined to fail even before you submit it? You may be thinking, no, my documents are perfect. However, in reality, even if you go through the trouble of correcting all the documents, there are cases where the application is not even placed on the examination table and is rejected at the insurance. Today, to make sure all your effort do not go to waste, I will start by giving you the most important conclusion very clearly. Section 1. What is the required condition? An absolute requirement for construction business licensing. There is one hurdle that must absolutely be cleared in order to obtain a construction business license. That requirement is summed up in these words. If you are not enrolled, your license application will not be accepted. How does that sound? This is a very weighty statement. This is not a middle issue, like it may be slightly disadvantageous during the examination, or please submit additional documents later. Will not be accepted means that at the very entrance stage, the application is returned with a clear no. In other words, there is an absolute borderline requirement that determines whether you can obtain the license or not. No matter how perfectly you prepare the documents, if this condition is not met, you cannot even stand at the starting line. Please keep firmly in mind that this is such an important requirement. In reality, I didn't know will not be accepted as an excuse. So, this is the point really want you to pay close attention to. Section 2. The 3 mandatory types of insurance. Social insurance that requires proper enrollment. Business owners, the rule that says please enroll properly in social insurance must never be treated vaguely. In legal terms, proper enrollment refers to the following 3 pillars. First, health insurance. Second, employees' pension insurance. Third, employment insurance. Only when all 3 are in place will your business be recognized as being properly enrolled. If even one of these is missing, the strict reality I mentioned earlier, your application will not be accepted awaits you. A common misunderstanding is thinking we are just sole proprietors in construction, so it does not apply to us, or we have only a few employees, so we should be fine. However, the type of insurance your business must enroll in differ depending on the size and structure of the company. Therefore, I strongly recommend it. that you conform with specialist which category your business falls under. Please take this opportunity to review whether you are simply assuming that you are properly enrolled. Are these three pillars firmly standing in your company? Section 3. Why is enrollment required in the first place? 2. Perspective behind the requirement. So far, we have talked about somewhat strict reality that your application may be rejected. Now, let's shift our perspective a little. Why is social insurance enrollment required so strictly? There are two major reasons: improving the working environment and compliance with laws and regulations. In other words, this is not merely troublesome administrative paperwork or just another rule to follow. It is an important step toward being recognized by society as a proper company that creates an environment where all employees can work with peace of mind and that fully complies with the law. The construction industry, in particular, involves a high risk of on-site accidents and a heavy physical burden on workers. That is exactly why the authorities strictly check whether the systems to protect workers are properly in place. Enrollment in social insurance also improves your company's image. It is proof of trust that allows you to say with confidence, "Our company is properly managed." It is also a major advantage when securing talented workers. Please view this as a very positive rule designed to make the entire industry healthier. Section 4. What you should check immediately: early status, confirmation, and response. Finally, let's confirm the next action you should take in order to obtain your license safely. The follow is very simple. Step 1. First, properly confirm your enrollment status as early as possible. This is the most important point. Step 2. If you are not enrolled or there are any deficiencies, respond immediately. Step 3. Submit your license application only after preparations are complete. The key point is that everything begins with early confirmation. Do not wait until right before the application and panic by saying, "What? We are not enrolled?" Understand your company's situation early and take action early. That is ultimate key to obtaining the license. The procedure may take time, and there may also be a time lag between enrollment and the application. That is why the earlier you start moving, the better. Now, I would like to conclude by asking you this question. Is your workplace environment compliant with the law and properly prepared for the future? Enrolling in social insurance is not merely a passing point for getting a construction business license application approved. It is foundation for your company to continue growing soundly into the future. Healthy insurance, employees' pension insurance, employment insurance. Firmly establishing these three pillars is the sure first step toward obtaining the license. After watching today's explanation, please check your company's situation right away. Today, I spoke about the title, Construction License. Is enrollment in social insurance a mandatory requirement? For more information about construction business license, Please also visit the website of Yutaka Watanabe Construction License Administrative Scrivener Office. I will continue sharing information related to money and business. So, please subscribe to the channel. Tax Accountant and Administrative Scrivener Nabe solves your money problems.